When I was a little girl, I wanted to be a singer, just like my mom. I wanted to be more. I wanted to be a princess, and I wanted to be Belle off of Beauty and the Beast. I would dress up as her every day and go around the house, my little basket of books, singing bonjour every day.
As a little girl, Erica, well, her daddy and I like to say she was full of life. Very full of life. Very energetic. Erica seldom cried, always happy, always wanted people around her to be happy. She was a happy kid.
My parents encouraged me about my future every day. They never pushed me to do anything I didn't want to do. They always said, follow our rules, follow God, you're going to be all right. They're my rocks. High school, before I got pregnant, was so much fun. Lived for today, no regrets, had tons of friends, life was great. I loved it. I found out I was pregnant when I was 16 years old. It was a couple of weeks after my first prom, and I went to the doctor to get on birth control. And went home, and the doctor called my mom to tell her that she took a pregnancy test with me and it came out positive. And Mom came upstairs crying. She said, Erica, you're pregnant. So I found out from my mother that I was going to have a baby at 16. And I dropped to the floor, I looked up at the ceiling, and I repeatedly said, no, I'm not, I can't be.
When I found out that Erica was pregnant, I was very angry. There were so many emotions. There was no joy. There's no joy when you find out that your 16-year-old daughter is having a baby.
Abortion. That's all I could think about. Every day, every night, first thing I would think of when I'd wake up is abortion. I couldn't have a baby. I couldn't do it. I've been against it, all my life, but the minute I found out I was pregnant has been the only time I've been for it. I did not want to be the pregnant girl in high school. I did not want to have to go through the pain of labor. I did not want to be a teen mother.
It's shameful. We didn't want our daughter to have to go through it. And I think my prayer was, Lord, forgive us, but please turn your head just this time. I saw a picture that I had failed to hang on my wall yet because I didn't know where I wanted to put it. It was of a mom and her kids, and it said, there's a place in the heart that you don't know exists until you've loved a child. Up to that point, the picture was mine. I bought it for me at the pottery store. I'd looked at it for so long and I'd wanted it for me because my life is so consumed with the love for my kids. That's who I am. That was what I was about. But I had never hung it. I just couldn't find the place to know where I wanted it to go. But then when I walked by the picture that day, it had a different meaning. I thought in that moment, how can we deny our daughter this opportunity to be loved unconditionally by whatever this little girl or whoever this little girl or little boy is? That is the day that I got the pregnancy center's phone number, and I talked to a lady named Janice Raybon.
I decided to go to the pregnancy center in Ash Flat when my mother mentioned the idea to me. She said there are great people there, great staff there, and that I was going to feel at home. They weren't going to make me feel bad. They were going to make me feel at ease. And I felt really good once I got there. They held out their arms, they gave me a hug, and they said welcome, and they just could not be more thrilled that I was there. What changed my mind from wanting to have an abortion was I heard my baby's heartbeat for the first time. It was amazing, and I did not even know that hearts could beat when they're that little. And I just knew upon hearing that heartbeat that that heart needed a chance. After my baby was born, I laid back, I looked up at the ceiling, and then I looked at my child. That was probably the most extraordinary moment of my life. When they handed her to me for the first time, I fell in love. And I knew that this was my baby, this was the child of God, and that I was going to do right by God, and I was going to definitely take care of her. I named her Annabeth because I had heard the name in a movie. Then I looked it up, and come to find out Anna means gracious and merciful, and Beth means God is my oath. And I just thought that fit perfectly because not only was she a child of God, but she was and still is a miracle. Now that I have Annabeth, life is complete joy. It is, I'm just happy. Every day I come home from school, I look at her, and she'll crawl to me, and when I pick her up, she'll clap her hands, and she'll laugh, and she'll give me a kiss, and I'll give her one back, and I wouldn't take it back. I went back to April 2010, finding out I was pregnant. I wouldn't choose abortion.
Annabeth is, she's the love of our life. She has been a tremendous blessing. I don't know that I ever knew I would say that, but she's changed all of us. And I would tell anyone out there, any mother, it will be okay. It will be okay.
I am more than grateful to have that pregnancy center because I think that had I not known about that pregnancy center, had I not heard my baby's heartbeat, we could be looking at a different story. They weren't, just doctors. They weren't just counselors. They were people that wanted to help. I don't want to think about my life without Annabeth. She is my life. I go back to the day I made the decision to keep her, and I think to myself, when I look into her eyes, why did I ever think about getting rid of you?